Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, Michigan State resumed classes after last week's deadly shooting on campus. And just 2 weeks after a massive earthquake devastated the Turkey and Syria border, the region was hit yet again. And in Victoria, an ATM thief is at large this morning after taking authorities on a chase through several cities.
And take a look on the outside. Temperature 68 degrees and southerly winds begin to increase. Warm and windy are the weather words today. When's the next rain chance? I'll let you know coming up in your forecast.
Local gymnasts have their heads held high after winning the gold. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 21st day of February 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Tuesday morning, and today is National Grain-Free Day. I know diets may be top of mind for several of you as we continue to be at the beginning of this new year. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm Team Meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, do you think you could do a grain-free diet? I don't know if I could.
I'm seriously doubtful. I don't know if I'm that disciplined or not, but if it's for you, go ahead. That's great.
Grain-free bagels are somewhere, right?
Okay. I can see that. Definitely see that. All right. Future temperatures, well, starting off in the 60s this morning, low 60s out west, but everyone in the mid-upper 60s everywhere you go. Till about the 11 a.m. hour, will be about in the mid 70s already by noontime. And near 80 degrees are topping that, coming up by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Warm and humid day with windy conditions as well. Fog advisory, there is one, but not on the land. It's on the offshore Gulf of Mexico waters and along the inland bay, San Antonio Bay. We got Matagorda Bay, you're included in that. Visibilities this hour, not too bad, 10 to 9 mile visibilities everywhere you go. The wind speeds, I think, will be another big weather issue today. A big weather feature with 9 o'clock along the coast turning with 20 mile per hour gusts, increasing in the velocities that work toward your afternoon time. Look at this by 2 o'clock in Victoria, 20 mile per hour winds sustained at 30 miles per hour and over 30 miles per hour by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And 6 o'clock pretty much the same, heading to your early morning hours for your Wednesday with some of the gusty winds coming in. They're 40 mile per hour gusts in the overnight tonight into most of the day on Wednesday, waiting for a dry line to get closer to us. Coming up by Wednesday afternoon and evening, which will decrease the humidity levels, especially in our western counties, but it'll begin to settle this wind down as it moves on to the east. I mentioned rain chances. When will that be exactly? I have a town for you later on in the full forecast to come in the 7-day. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. Students returned to campus at Michigan State University Monday for the first time since last week's shooting. Last Monday, a man opened fire at 2 different locations on campus, killing 3 students and seriously hurting 5 more. Classes were canceled for the rest of the week, but yesterday things began to look a little more normal as students walked to and from class. The return is more difficult for some, though, as not everyone was ready to be back on campus following the tragedy. Faculty were asked to be flexible in making adjustments to classes as students continue their healing process. Another earthquake hit the Syria-Turkey border on Monday, this one registering in as a 6.3 magnitude quake. It comes 2 weeks after the region was devastated by an earthquake that killed more than 40,000 people. The quake was reportedly felt in Egypt and Lebanon as well. The government says since the 7.8 magnitude earthquake on February the 6th, thousands of less intense quakes have taken place. Syrian Civil Defense said on Twitter that an unspecified number of people were hurt from falling stone, stampedes, or falls from buildings. Thieves took authorities on a high-speed chase through Jackson County early Monday. The suspect's vehicle was later found abandoned near Louise. Inside of the vehicle was cash and money boxes that authorities say were connected to an ATM burglary in Victoria. Victoria police were investigating a damaged ATM at a Texas Trust Bank when the chase began that morning. Authorities say they saw a vehicle, a red Kia SUV, traveling northbound on Business 59 and attempted to pull it over. That's when the chase began. The suspects connected to the theft are at large this morning. If you have any information, call 361-573-3221. Social media at the center of 2 cases going before the Supreme Court today. In one challenge, the justices could have been protections that have long shielded internet companies from liability.
This morning, the killing of American college student Naomi Gonzalez in the 2015 ISIS terror attacks in Paris is a case before the Supreme Court.
I never thought that something is going to happen to her.
You could never imagine it.
Never.
Her parents claim YouTube's algorithms highlighted ISIS-produced materials and further radicalized the extremists that killed their daughter.
Hopefully by this, it'll change the laws and it'll be for the good.
Oral arguments today will center on Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, which says internet companies, including social media platforms, cannot be sued over third-party content uploaded by users. But some legal experts say social media platforms are responsible for their content.
They get to decide what to carry, they get to decide what not to carry, and they get to decide how to design their algorithms to amplify certain types of content.
Another case being heard by the High Court today is the case of Anthony Novak of Ohio, arrested in 2016 after making a phony police Facebook page with fake announcements. He says it was obviously a joke.
You click the page, it's very obvious, and even what you're reading should strike you as off.
Local police weren't laughing, charging him with disruption of law enforcement operations. A jury found him not guilty, but he wants the Supreme Court to grant him the right to sue police for violating his civil rights.
They raided my house, they took my electronics, they arrested me, my image was blasted all over the news, and I didn't do anything wrong. So I don't want them to think that's okay, because I kind of think they do.
Both these cases could have big implications, one potentially making social media platforms more liable for their content. The other could draw the line between parody and public safety. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
Leading us to your viewer poll, have you ever been in trouble for something you said on social media? Okay, let's take a look. 18% of you, that's a little bit less than the last half hour, say yes, you have gotten in trouble. And 82% of you say no, you have not. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. Police found drugs inside of a vehicle after a probable cause search Sunday. This is in Hallettsville in the 200 block of East 4th Street. The 22-year-old female driver of Houston was arrested for possession of a controlled substance. She was transported to the county jail. WNBA superstar Brittany Griner headed back to the Phoenix Mercury, signing a one-year deal with the team that drafted her first overall in 2013. In December, Griner said in a social media post she would return to Phoenix after she returned home from being held in a Russian prison. The WNBA said it will address getting Griner special travel accommodations such as charter flights after she signed. All right, get your smart device and scan this QR code. We made it easy to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote on our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:38 on your Tuesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. The Food Bank of the Golden Crescent held a food distribution.
ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. President Biden is in Poland one day after his unannounced visit into Ukraine. He's set to deliver remarks nearing the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion. The latest coming up.
Take a look at the visibility coming up for the rest of the morning time by 7 a.m., which is almost at the current time. We'll be pretty much at 1 mile visibility throughout the entire Crossroads region. That lifting by 8 o'clock in the morning time. We're good at 11, 12 mile visibility by 9 o'clock in the morning. The fog will begin to dissipate. Not much around currently. I think the winds will kind of keep it from really forming too much. The full forecast coming up a little bit later on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
How do
be real. You don't need to leave the house to have a tasty Italian meal. That's why I partnered with Home Chef. With Home Chef, get easy recipes and fresh ingredients delivered to your door. These tasty meals are from my heart to your kitchen. How good is that? Let's get cooking.
Home Chef. Delicious meets simple. Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Download for free. The best local app for your phone or tablet is Crossroads Today.
Good morning, good morning. It's 20 minutes away from 7 a.m. Future Tracker, well, we're seeing the persistent southerly winds off the Gulf of Mexico and the gusty winds at that, 40-mile-per-hour gusts, not out of the question. Later on today, hang on to your hats. Any loose lawn material around your yard, I would gather that up and put it away just in case it doesn't blow down the street. This is a dry line here. What it is, this is a boundary. We have more humid air to the east and less humid air to the west, and that typically, under the right conditions, means rain showers and thunderstorms for the areas just the east of the boundary. But we don't have the dynamics down here to really get that going, but we'll see some lower humidities temporarily for your areas in the western parts of Crossroads tomorrow. This is what's causing the winds to be rather gusty today. It'll begin to move on through and dissipate pretty much overhead. The clouds will remain. Rain chances at Bay until we get to, let's run this all the way through, until your Monday, this front moves through with some rain chances more than likely along the boundary. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we can bump the rain chances up as we get closer in time. Your full forecast comes up a little bit later on this hour, once again, to keep you updated on the weather. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Trey. Local gymnasts bring home multiple gold medals after a big competition in Fort Worth. Sports Director Gino Perez has more.
Howdy, Crossroads. A group of gymnasts' necks are a little heavier after last week's Simone Biles International Invitational Competition in Fort Worth, but I'm sure they won't complain about it. 3 of the girls that competed won gold medals. All 3 of the girls competed in multiple events, including the bars, beam, vault, and floor competitions. The best performer of the week was Olivia Parma, who won 4 first-place medals, including the medal for all-around gymnasts. Her teammate Avery Mead won 2 gold medals as well, one in vault and another in bars. She also made the podium in all-around gymnast, winning 3rd. Also bringing home the gold was 12-year-old gymnast Gloria Gajewski. She won the gold in the floor and all-around gymnast, along with winning the bronze in the balance beam. The 3 athletes, along with the remainder of their team, will be heading to Houston this weekend to compete again. That's your 25 Sports Now.
We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. President Joe Biden is in Poland today, preparing to deliver a major speech marking 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He's expected to remind the world that Russia has committed crimes against humanity. This coming a day after Biden's unannounced trip to Kyiv, shrouded in secrecy as fighting between Russians and Ukrainians intensified out east.
Morning, President Biden is back in Poland after his historic visit to Ukraine's war-torn capital, Kyiv. Today, he'll meet with Polish President Duda before delivering major remarks from Warsaw's royal castle, reaffirming America's commitment to Ukraine and condemning Russia nearly a year after the invasion. Russian President Putin giving a dueling speech on the war, which he still calls a special military operation. Amid continued Russian attacks against Ukrainians, Biden arrived in the capital yesterday after a secret 10-hour train ride from Poland, greeted by Ukrainian President Zelensky and his wife.
Morning, Mr. President.
Biden's historic trip, marking the first time an American president in modern times has visited a war zone where the U.S. has no military presence.
I thought it was critical that there not be any doubt, none whatsoever, about U.S. support for Ukraine in their war against the brutal attack by Russia.
The 2 leaders walking the streets of the capital, something unimaginable a year ago. The tour pierced by the sounds of air raid sirens. Biden pledging another $500 million in new military aid to Ukraine.
Remind us that freedom is priceless. It's worth fighting for as long as it takes.
The White House says to prevent potential conflicts, the U.S. alerted Russian officials about Biden's travel to Ukraine hours before he departed.
It's a very brave move of American president, and we really appreciate and value it.
President Biden will meet with leaders of NATO's eastern flank tomorrow, including Poland, the Czech Republic, and Romania. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The Food Bank of the Golden Crescent held a food distribution Monday. Leaders are predicting the need in the crossroads will grow over the next year. The food bank currently serves more than 350 families. Now, with the extra help due to COVID, due to the pandemic going away, the food bank is prepared to help more people.
But here right now, like now the food stamps, those are switching back. They're going to cut back on that. So as of next month, people are going to get less. So we're going to have more people in these lines.
The food bank is planning another food distribution this Friday in Edna at Shelby Park. If you need help or if you'd like to volunteer, find them on Facebook or visit their website. The time is now 6:46 on your Tuesday morning. Still to come. Chronic pain is linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy first birthday, Annabella. May all your years to come offer you as much happiness and pride as you have been offering us since the day you came into our lives. Happy birthday. Love Mommy, Daddy, and Big Brother Brian.
And happy 4th birthday to Kobe. We love you.
And happy birthday to Sophie Turner. The Game of Thrones star is 27.
And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More under Home. You'll see the KVU submit your birthday.
The time is now 6:47 on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event. Now that's a killer deal. Good thing this Rogue has a VC turbo engine, unlike RAV4.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
Where I live is a rural area, and the coverage has been awesome.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save 20% versus AT&T.
The savings we get allows us to do more things as a family.
We're a one-income military family. Saving every month really does help us.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
This is Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month, Texas, and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. Drive Ford F-150 with 0.9% for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus complimentary maintenance.
Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19th to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
In this morning's GMA First Look, looking back and celebrating this moment 10 years ago.
I have been waiting 174 days to say this. Good morning, America.
In June 2012, when Robin first announced her condition, myelodysplastic syndrome, or MDS.
It is a rare blood disorder that affects the bone marrow.
She was fortunate to have the perfect match, her sister, Sally Ann.
She is going to be my donor.
In the years that followed, sharing her story in hopes of helping others through their own journeys. Now celebrating 10 years of bringing donors and recipients face to face.
Thank you for saving my life.
And coming up at 7 a.m., our One Match Second Chance event kicks off as people join the Be the Match registry on college campuses from coast to coast. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Good morning, good morning. It's 9 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour, and temperatures in the 60s this morning and climbing throughout the day. About 11 o'clock will be at or above 70 degrees, getting near 80 degrees by 4 o'clock in the afternoon in most areas, including here in Victoria. So that's be warm conditions today and windy conditions as well. And the clouds persistent, definitely, and going to continue to be that way. Maybe some breaks in the cloud cover from time to time, but overall you'll see a persistent pattern of cloud cover in the Crossroads area, not producing any rainfall as of yet. And wish we could get some rain maybe by the first of next week. We'll hint about that. We'll take a look at that in the 7-day. 82 degrees today, windy conditions, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts in the afternoon. And overnight lows, 67 degrees, gusty conditions, 40 mile per hour winds again. In gusts, that is not sustained, but gust. Wednesday, 88 degrees. Quick warm up ahead of the dry line getting closer to us with 40 mile per hour gusts at that time. Extended forecast for us, highs in the 80s. There's a slight rain chance for the next front on Monday.
Chronic pain is linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. That's from a study published Monday in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, or PNAS. The study found people who walked with purpose at a pace of over 40 steps a minute were able to cut their risk of dementia by 57% by taking just 6,300 steps a day. But for those who suffered from chronic pain like arthritis, cancer, or back pain, the hippocampus of the brain aged about a year in a 60-year person compared with a person with no pain. The risk rose as the number of pain sites in the body increased. Hippocampal volume was nearly 4 times smaller in people with pain in 5 or more body sites compared with those only with 2, the equivalent of up to 8 years of aging. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says in the U.S. alone, at least 1 in 5 people live with long-lasting pain. Families that fly on United Airlines together will now have better options to sit together. The airline announced Monday a change in how it will seat passengers. Children 12 and under can now sit next to an adult, accompanying them without incurring an extra fee. Customers will start to see the changes immediately, but the official policy won't take effect until next month. United says if adjacent seats are not available because of full flights or last-minute bookings, passengers can switch to another flight for free if that preferred seating is on that flight. The time is now 6:54 on your Tuesday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. After 11 days of searching for survivors, Virginia Task Force 1 has returned from Turkey.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank, with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
Finally, we are together.
And on Valentine's Day.
My dear, it's fate.
And you, my dear, are under arrest. FBI, sweet thing.
As if we're not busy enough.
It's Valentine's Day.
What are you guys doing tonight?
There's a meth lab speeding through our city. We need to focus.
You conned multiple women.
Oh, no.
Valentine's Day is the most dangerous day of the year.
You can enjoy endless entertainment and local news updates for free on our 17 over-the-air channels. Connect your TV antenna to your smart TV in 3 easy steps. Connect the coaxial cable from your antenna to the back of your TV. Select the menu button on your remote and navigate to the correct input of your antenna. Find the channel scan option and click it. Setting up your antenna will keep you entertained and informed with the latest weather updates and emergency information for free. Call or email for questions or more information. Stay connected and stay safe.
Okay, Trey, it's time to answer today's question of the day. We've had several guesses from our viewers this morning. Thank y'all so much for taking part. All right, Trey, what city in North America was the first to celebrate Mardi Gras?
Well, actually, it was Mobile, Alabama. I used to live there. Yes, that's where they originated, way back in the early 1700s. It's quite old. So there you go. It's not New Orleans. It's famous for New Orleans, but Mobile is where it originated. And check with us tomorrow, coming up, for a great question of the day to get your body going and your brain going for your Wednesday.
After 11 days of searching for survivors, Virginia Task Force 1 has returned from Turkey. The FEMA Urban Search and Rescue Task Force is made up of emergency managers and planners, physicians and paramedics. 6 search and rescue dogs were also part of the team. They were sent in to provide aid in Turkey following the deadly magnitude 7.8 earthquake earlier this month. Teams toiled through the night in Turkey and Syria, searching for any signs of life in the rubble of thousands of buildings toppled by the earthquake. The February 6th quake has killed nearly 45,000 people in Turkey and Syria. PAM Health needs your help. They're asking for donations to send to the people of Ukraine as the war rages on. Supplies needed include warm jackets, blankets, sleeping bags, mittens, and backpacks. They're also asking for essentials like diapers, bandages, and pain relievers. Toys for children are also needed. Drop-off locations are at PAM Health Rehabilitation Hospital Victoria and PAM Health Specialty Hospital North. The items must be boxed and dropped off between 8 a.m. and noon Monday through Friday. Victoria County Commissioners meet today at 10 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse. Here's a few items from the agenda. They'll receive operation updates from the Victoria Regional Airport, and they'll also consider approval of the detention and residential contracts between the Victoria Regional Juvenile Justice Center and Tom Green County. If you cannot attend Commissioners Court today in person, the meeting will be available via Zoom. Crews saved a dog that was stuck in a hole in his family's backyard in Maryland Monday evening. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue were called to the scene around 9 p.m. to rescue the canine. Authorities say the 13-year-old dog named Sammy was walking in the backyard when he fell into a construction hole and got stuck. Sammy, who is described as a fairly large, fluffy family dog, was reunited with his family. We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone, just search Crossroads Today Plus. Okay, I've seen several people celebrating the fact that it's going to be very warm the next couple of days. Trey, is this true, and can you reassure us of that fact?
Yes, exactly. It'll be very warm coming up and windy too. 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts in the afternoon today and tomorrow. So hang on to your hats. Of course, temperatures well in the 70s, 80s or so. Low 80s coming up by the afternoon. Cloudy skies will go throughout the day today and keeping the winds in. Maybe some breaks in the cloud cover from time to time, but otherwise cloudy skies will prevail. 82 degrees today, windy conditions with 40 mile per hour gusts in the afternoon. Overnight lows will be about 67 degrees and highs tomorrow. 88 degrees, very warm, gusty winds, and then we're seeing dry conditions the rest of the week. Maybe finally some rain chances by Monday. Make it a great day today. Carolina.
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful Fat Tuesday. If you observe Fat Tuesday, come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Don, Howie, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. We'll see you tomorrow.